This is the World Financial Report on radio with Harold Siegel. My name is Randy Marshall. Joining us on the telephone, our financial and diamond expert, Harold Siegel. We're taping the show on May 31st, 2013 at 8:42 in the morning Mountain Time. If you ever miss a radio show, the shows are archived on Harold's websites, HESradio.com, rarecoloreddiamonds.com. We're on your favorite radio station, we're streaming live, and we have a podcast through iTunes. All you need to do is type in World Financial Report on radio. You can see the podcast there. Harold does daily market commentary on his websites. You can find it on the podcast as well. The radio show is portable. iPhone, iPad, iPod. We are there for you 24/7. There's only one company Harold recommends you use when it comes to investing in gold, silver, platinum, palladium. That is Worldwide Precious Metals. You can connect with them at 1-866-623-2002. Their website is wwpmc.com. They're going to be in Edmonton and area June 17th through the 19th. If you would like to book a special info session with them personally and privately, you can do that. If you live in Edmonton and area, June 17th through the 19th, give them a call, 1-866-623-2002, or connect with them through the website, wwpmc.com. Now, Harold's website, hsfineauctions.com, has an auction coming up on Monday, June 17th at 6 o'clock our time, Mountain Time, 8 Eastern. You can get our free weekly newsletter, and you can see all the different items that are up for auction. Go to the website and take a look at the catalog online as well. RareColoredDiamonds.com is Harold's website. You can speak with Harold about diamonds, 1-800-432-1022, and go to hsfineauctions.com and sign up for the next auction Monday, June 17th. Lots of great pink Argyle diamonds up for auction. As we start today's show, record unemployment in the Eurozone, 19.4 million people out of work, 1 in 4 young people jobless. The OECD warns deepening Euro recession threatens global recovery. The risk of banking failures starting to rise in the Eurozone, according to the ECB. We also saw poor economic numbers coming out of the United States this week. On the housing front, the jobs front, GDP numbers were not great. Even the spending, personal spending from consumers, was starting to pull back. And Harold, it was a pretty good week for hard assets, gold, silver, platinum, palladium, diamonds. It seems every Friday, though, we get that Friday pullback, which is frustrating. But overall, it was a pretty good week as we got over $1,400 for gold.
You better believe it, Randy. And again, we did dip below it so far today. Gold's down 17.30, and you're right. It seems to be a typical Friday situation. But we did spend 2 days above the 1,400 level, which was good. Obviously, the most important number right now is 1,520 on the upside, and I'd like to see that coming in July. Basically, again, gold is down 17.30, silver's down 50 cents at 22.38, platinum down $23 at 14.68, and palladium down $11 at 7.51. Palladium had a strong move most of the week. It was trading as high as 7.60, 7.62. So again, palladium is certainly getting up there, and platinum is still more expensive than gold. What we anticipate seeing, again, I think that if we haven't seen the lows in gold already, we're very, very close to them. And June is a negative month, but not a major negative month for gold. So I believe that we're going to see the lows hit in June. It could be 12.50 in gold, but it may not even get close to that. But then July, the market should start to pick up, and then September is a huge month for gold. So I do believe with all the factors in the market that this market is going to turn around. You know, it's confusing for most people to understand the difference between the paper gold market and the physical gold market, but eventually the physical gold market is going to cause the price of gold and silver to hit levels that we probably have never seen before. So the fact is that we're sitting and playing a waiting game at this particular point. On one hand, you have Wall Street that's trashing gold, saying that there's no reason for it. Then you get the ETFs, the exchange-traded funds selling out, and the fact is that the market backs up because there's more sellers than buyers. But the thing is that these ETFs are supposed to be backed by physical gold, and the feeling is that there is very little physical gold available, number one, to back the ETFs, and number two, there's been several stories lately of people going to Europe, especially to Switzerland, to check on their gold, and the gold has not been there. That is the biggest concern. So the fact is that if there is an actual physical shortage of gold, which we all believe that there is, eventually this paper situation, which is a joke at this point, has got to come back into line with the physical market, because in the futures market, which is supposed to be the credible area where gold and silver is traded worldwide, it's in New York, and basically what is supposed to happen is that when you buy a futures contract for gold is 100 ounces of gold. And what it basically means is that you're going to, number one, either trade gold and sell it prior to the expiration of the contract, or you're going to let the contract expire and then take physical delivery of your gold or silver. That's what the futures market is for. In actual fact, the futures market, was really brought online for farmers and for hedgers. And it only really came and worked when speculators came into the market. So it's really speculators that make the market go up and down and make the market work, but really the futures market is for the use of hedgers and and buyers and farmers and that type of thing. So basically, people will go into the futures market to take physical delivery of sugar or corn or copper or gold or silver. Well, at this point here, what's supposed to happen is that every futures contract is supposed to be backed by the exact amount of gold or silver. And if that is out of line, then they either have to get more physical gold or silver, or stop selling stop selling paper gold and silver. But that hasn't happened. And the fact is that the reason that gold has gone from $1,900 down to $1,300 and change is primarily because they forced it down with the paper selling. But once everybody realizes that there is no physical gold and there is no physical silver, at least enough to back these futures contracts, then the price of gold and silver should skyrocket. It's like anything else. If there's not enough oil to go around, the price of oil skyrockets. If there's not enough corn, wheat, and soybeans to go around, the prices skyrocket. Why would it be any different for gold and silver? Because gold is used in jewelry, silver is used in dental, silver is used in computers, in medical, and everything. So there's a tremendous need for physical gold and silver, and there is a massive shortage of it. And eventually, within the foreseeable near future, that is going to interact within the market. And we're going to wake up one day and see that the price of gold is up $200, $300, $400 because people have finally realized that there is no physical gold or silver for sale. And the very little of it that is for sale is at such a high price, it's unbelievable. Because what normally happens is when you buy physical gold, there's a spread between the bid price and the ask price, and that's where the dealer makes his money, the spread between the bid and the ask. Well, that spread right now is massive. In fact, if you look on Kitco, the spread between the bid and the ask, gold is at $1397.40 ask, that's the buying price, and the selling price is $1396.40. So realistically, there's only a dollar difference between the bid and the ask when you're trading on Kitco. However, if you were going to buy physical gold, I can assure you that the premium between physical gold and the cash price is possibly $50 to $100 or more. So people are paying a huge premium to buy physical gold, and the reason for that is because there's hardly any gold for sale. And eventually that is going to affect the market in a gigantic way. The other thing is that you have Wall Street right now trashing gold and silver, and that's why the ETFs have sold off as heavily as they have. However, that is going to change within the very, very near future. So again, we're going to get through the month of June, and the month of June we'll see the prices of gold probably fall off. And again, $1,250 in gold is major support. That's actually the production cost level for gold at this point. And if gold fell below that, then you would start to see mines shutting down, and then the price of gold would more than likely move higher based on the fact that there would be a physical shortage of gold, and the same thing pertains for silver. So again, at this particular point, the market seems to be building a base. We're moving into June, which is a slow month for gold. But then July is a very strong month, and so is September, October, November, and December, and we could literally see a massive rally coming back into the market the last quarter of this year. On top of that, you've got the stock market that's all over the place. The Dow Jones and the TSX are up one day, down the next, looking for direction. The Dow is up a point right now at 15,326. The NASDAQ is down 3 points at 3,488. The Toronto Stock Exchange down 63 points at 12,682. The U.S. dollar, which was down heavily this week, is back up 43 cents at 83.44. But again, we do anticipate that the U.S. dollar will continue to weaken. The Nikkei has really dropped heavily. It's down to 13,774, even though it's up 185 points today. The Nikkei has been dropping substantially. Evidently, what they're trying to do in Japan by devaluing their currency and bringing on inflation doesn't seem to be working at this point, because the Nikkei is not doing any better, and it should be doing better, but it just isn't. Crude oil down 71 cents at 92.90. There's just no doubt that at this particular point, with the state of the world economy, not just the U.S. economy, but the world economy, that we're heading into very, very difficult times. We're in difficult times already. If you watch CNBC or if you watch what's happening on Wall Street, they're euphoric. They're thinking that we're in the midst of a massive bull market. I don't see it, and many others don't see it. And again, the increase in the Dow is not based on economic improvement. It's based on money being put back into the bond and the stock markets. And again, we all know that that's not going to work over a longer period of time. If you're sitting heavily in the stock market at this point, I would be very concerned about that, and I would look to take some money definitely off the table. Probably the most important thing to do at this particular point is be well diversified. Myself personally, I'm not a big fan of the stock market because, again, of what we saw in 1999 and 2008, and seeing how the Dow is rallying based on basically no strong news in the economy at all would make me extremely nervous if I had money sitting in the Dow, which I don't. I think at this point we really need to be cautious, because if you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, or 70s, and most of your money is sitting in the stock market at this point, the chances are is that you're going to lose a major part of your money, and you're not going to get an opportunity to make it back. If you talk to any financial advisor at this point, they're ecstatic at this point because stocks are moving back up. And if you ask them about what protection they're putting into your account for you to make certain that if the market falls again, how you're going to be protected, their answer is normally the stock market will always come back. But the fact is that who can wait 5 or 6 years for a market to come back again, when at this point here it makes sense to take some money off the table? That's what the experts are doing. But if you look at the general public, they don't know what to do at this point, because keeping your money in the bank at 1 or 2%, you're not even covering the inflation rate, so you're not making any money. We all know that the banks are really shaky at this point, so you really can't trust the banks. So it's almost forcing the small investor to do again, and this has happened many times. It forces them back into the stock market because they believe that, gee, I can make 8 or 10% on my money, which is a lot better than 1 or 2% that I'm getting in the bank. I can assure you, at these levels, it's more dangerous to be in the stock market than any other market at this point. The stock market is much more risky than being in gold and silver at this particular time. So what you really need to look at is diversification. Again, it's not so much about making money at this point, it's about keeping what you have. So basically, capital preservation is probably number one, because it's so difficult to make any type of money today. You don't have any consistency really in the stock markets, and again, we know that they could fall substantially. We could see the Dow drop 500 or 600 points, and that wouldn't be a problem at all. We've seen it happen many times before. You've got the commodity markets that are very risky and heavily traded. So again, you don't want to be in the futures markets, and you don't want to leverage heavily your position in commodities. What you want to be is conservative at this point, and don't keep more cash in the bank than the insurance warrants. For example, if you're sitting with $500,000 sitting in your bank account, you're only insured up to $125,000. If that bank closes down, you're going to lose $375,000 and just get back the insurance amount. So again, there's so much danger out there. The other thing that Randy was talking about at the beginning of the show is quite concerning. It's the unemployment rate for college students in Europe. In Greece and in Spain, it's 60%. 60%. That would mean if that remains, that you've got a lost generation. It means that all the people coming out of college that are so enthused to get into the workforce and start making a living and start to building a business and making a living and getting married and buying a house and having children, all that will not happen as long as there's 60% unemployment amongst the young. And that's what's happening at this particular point. They can't get a job, so they can't move on with their life. They can't move out of the home, so they're not buying a home. They can't move out of their parents' home because they have no place to go and absolutely no money. And with 60% unemployment, it's a disaster waiting to happen, and those are actual numbers. The numbers in the U.S., again, you can't really trust the unemployment numbers in the U.S. because, again, we know that they fudge the numbers. We know that they're not true. We know that the true amount of unemployed in the United States is probably closer to 15% than it is the 7% that the government is saying. And the reason that they don't give the exact numbers is that they don't want people to panic and they don't want the markets to plummet. So, again, the unemployment numbers are devastating, and it's a lost generation because if these kids can't get into the workforce, they cannot move on with their lives. They're not going to buy a home. They're not going to get a job. They're not going to raise a family. They're not going to get married. They're not going to have money in the bank, and by doing that, the economy has to suffer because nobody's paying taxes, and they're not paying sales tax, and they're not buying homes and cars, and it's an economy that will basically stalemate. So, again, these are frightening situations that are going on as we speak. Please don't buy into the fact that everything is getting better in the United States. I'm a Canadian living in the U.S., and I can assure you that there's a whole group, the middle class and the poor, that are just absolutely beside themselves. They can't get a decent job. They have no money. And the fact is that it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. So the only people that are euphoric at this point are the people on Wall Street that are trading the Dow. And I wouldn't want to be in that situation for very long because we know that market is getting ready to fall heavily. So again, Randy, that's what's happening in the world at this particular point. The newsletter really sums up an awful lot this week. It's an excellent newsletter. There's a lot of key information in there, and some of the smartest people in the world are saying the same thing that we are. They're extremely concerned not only about the U.S. economy, but the world economy in general.
Some of these European countries as well, you have the youth, the young people that should be the next generation leaving to go to other countries to forge their future. And obviously that hurts as well. There was a story, I guess it was about a week ago. They went to foreclose on a home in Spain, and the person unfortunately committed suicide as they were going in the door. Very desperate times. To invest in precious metals, the telephone number 1-866-623-2002. The Company Herald recommends you use Worldwide Precious Metals. 1-866-623-2002, their website, wwpmc.com. And a reminder, Worldwide Precious Metals will be in Edmonton, June 17th through the 19th. They've been in Calgary. And obviously, if you would like to meet with them, if you live in Calgary, give them a call. But they'll be in Edmonton, an area, June 17th through the 19th. To book a private information session, personal private, give them a call, 1-866-623-2002. Or connect with them through their website, wwpmc.com. Herald's website is HS Fine Auctions. We'll talk about the auction coming up on Monday, June 17th. Go take a look at hsfineauctions.com. Sign up for the auction on June 17th at 6 o'clock Mountain, 8 Eastern. A guy who is very, very smart. You see him on the business channels. His name is Jim Grant, and he is famous for the Interest Rate Observer. And there was a quote that he had this week that I thought was very telling. If you really listen to what he has to say, it's beyond brilliant. He says, the Fed, famously failed to see what some of us regard as the most obvious bubble of our lifetime, namely the terrific distortions in residential house prices and in residential mortgages. To say the Fed is going to gracefully and without cost exit its policy of unprecedented money creation and experimentation is to give the Fed many, many benefits of the doubt. And I think it's prudent to prepare for an ungraceful, noisy, and distorted exit. What he's talking about here is the Fed eventually at some point unwinding QE. Some people believe that it will never happen. Others believe that they will try. Now, Grant goes on to say, for that reason, I continue, for example, to be bullish on gold and gold stocks, although one can hardly bear to say those words most days. They've been very disappointing, but I think they represent prudent investments. If currently depressed, and for that reason, perhaps more interestingly than, if any, if they were obviously elevated, but certainly prudent investments in the possibility of monetary disorder. And with central banks all around the world doing what they're doing, obviously things they've never done before, it seems to me only prudent to give some hedge against unscripted events, where we wake up obviously one day and we see that we have the down maybe 500 to 1,000 points. Rick Rule from Sprott USA said, well, some very smart people, guys, tell me that the world economy is improving. They are economists. I don't see it improving myself, but I sure hope they're right. And he says, there is a suggestion that the United States is improving, and it's going to lead the world out of a morass. I'm leery myself about a debt-funded recovery, and I'm leery about a jobless recovery. But I certainly hope that the people that have a more aggressive point of view than mine are right. I just don't believe they are. And that's why Rick Rule obviously is moving into gold and silver in a major way. Stephen Lieb, one of the bright minds in the analysis of gold and silver, said this week, so my message to people that own gold and silver, I would continue to buy it. I would have a plan where you buy more each month. Be prepared for an absolute explosion in the price. It's a question of when, not whether. And Harold touched on it a little earlier in the show. And King World News interviewed Egon von Greyers out of Switzerland. And he was saying they were speaking with people in Switzerland who asked to see the gold that was stored on their behalf. And one of the fellows opened up a drawer and handed him a little tiny bar of gold and said, well, there it is. You've seen it. The concern is obviously that the gold is not there, or for the amount of gold that has been promised, the amount does not equal the promise. And that is the main reason why we're seeing people move out of ETFs. And this is one of the theories that's going on right now. People moving out of ETFs, not just because they're not bullish on gold and silver, but because they want the physical metal stored on their behalf where they know it is, or they're taking physical possession of it. And that is a movement that we're starting to see. And that's really confounding to a lot of people, that we're seeing people want the physical metal, and they want it in their hands. If you're interested in investing in precious metals, speak with Worldwide Precious Metals. They will get the metal in your hands. Their telephone number, 1-866-623-2002. The website, wwpmc.com. And don't forget, if you live in Edmonton and area, in the Edmonton area, June 17th through the 19th, book a private information session with them. They'll be happy to sit down with you, go through all the ins and outs of investing in hard assets, gold, silver, platinum, palladium. The website, wwpmc.com, telephone number 1-866-623-2002. Harold has an auction coming up on Monday, June 17th. We'll talk about that. Also, some auction results out of Hong Kong, as the World Financial Report on radio with Harold Siegel and me, Randy Marshall, continues right after this. Welcome back to the World Financial Report on radio with Harold Siegel. My name is Randy Marshall. Joining us on the telephone, our financial and diamond expert, Harold Siegel. We're taping this show on May 31st, 2013. Our time is 9:08 Mountain, 11:08 Eastern. Radio show runs on your favorite radio stations around the world. And I should mention that we have a podcast. You can listen to our radio show 24/7 at your leisure through iTunes. Go there, type in World Financial Report on radio. We have a podcast for your iPhone, iPad, iPod. We are portable, this radio show. We go where you do. Harold has daily market commentary on his websites, rarecoloreddiamonds.com, HESradio.com. You can listen to it on the podcast as well through iTunes. And the shows are streaming online. You can listen to the radio shows streaming online at HESradio.com or rarecoloreddiamonds.com. We have you covered 24/7. There's only one company Harold recommends you use when it comes to investing, and really they'll educate you about this hard asset market with gold, silver, platinum, palladium, worldwide precious metals. Their telephone number, 1-866-623-2002. Their website, wwpmc.com. And they are going to be in Edmonton and area June 17 through the 19th. To book a private personal information session, give them a call, 1-866-623-2002, or connect with them through their website, wwpmc.com, wwpmc.com. They will go through all the ins and outs of owning precious metals, having your own precious metals investment account, and why you should in the economic times that we live in. Harold's website for diamonds is rarecoloreddiamonds.com. The telephone number, 1-800-432-1022, to connect with Harold about Rare Colored Diamonds. Our featured diamond of the week is a 5.08 carat radiant cut, fancy, light, yellow, internally flawless. This is a monster of a diamond. Absolutely stunning. Harold's other website is hsfineauctions.com. The next auction is May 17th. Go to the website right now, hsfineauctions.com. Sign up for the next auction. That will be 6 o'clock Mountain, 8 Eastern on Monday, June 17th. And what Harold has decided to do is focus on Argyle pink diamonds. And if you have been waiting to get your hands on an Argyle pink, this could be your opportunity. There is, and this is a stunning 0.81 carat heart-cut fancy deep pink Argyle diamond. Absolutely stunning, Harold. The list goes on and on. You can see online at hsfineauctions.com the catalog. We have it in our newsletter as well. You can take a look at the different diamonds, but it will be exciting, Harold. We know that the Argyle Pink Tender, they announced last week that they have about, 65 stones for the entire world, roughly 7 billion people. The Argyle mine will be running out at the end of this decade. 90 to 95% of the pink diamonds from the Argyle feed the world for the desire for pink diamonds. When that goes away, Harold, the prices, it makes the mind wonder what the prices will do, and obviously we believe it's much, much higher.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind. Again, with what's happening in the diamond industry right now, Randy, it's just so exciting. I mean, just looking at the auction results, yellow flawless or big yellow diamonds, for example, are selling for fortunes at auction. And if you look on our website, we just added some 5 carats and 6 carat and 4 carat. We've cut some amazing big yellow diamonds, which are becoming almost impossible to get. When I say almost impossible to get, the investment quality ones. Ours are not only large diamonds, but they're also internally flawless. All of our yellow diamonds are internally flawless, and that's what you want to own. You want to own the South African internally flawless yellows. Those are the ones that go up the most in value. And again, if you just look at the auction results, they're selling for fortunes. And I'm so pleased because, again, that's an area that we really documented and brought forward when most people didn't even know that those type of diamonds existed. So, our yellow flawless diamonds start at about 15 to 20,000 a carat, and they go up from there. They double every 5 years in value approximately. Means that a diamond that you can buy today for $20,000 in 10 years from now will be worth about $80,000. And that's if you can even get them at that point, because again, there's so few yellow flawless diamonds on the market for sale. And again, we're the largest cutter and producers of yellow flawless diamonds. The auction that's coming up is on H. Siegel Fine Auctions. You get there by hsfineauctions.com, and it's the only company of its kind. This is a real live auction site, and we sell every diamond on the website. It is not like an eBay type of site where you go, you find the product or the diamond, you type in your bid, and you wait a few days to find out if you win it. On the actual date, which is June 17th, it's a Monday evening at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. What you need to do is you need to go to hsfineauctions.com. You've got to go to the Getting Started section. You've got to sign up for it. And then the day of the auction on June the 17th, you will get an email from our webmasters in Vancouver, and they will send you the link to the auction. Now, it's going to start at exactly 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 6 o'clock Mountain Time. You want to get on about a half an hour before. You want to get on and you want to make sure that everything is downloaded and that you're ready for all the action. You can certainly see just by going to the catalog section, the diamonds that we will be auctioning off. Now, the third diamond down, the 21 round, the round brilliant intense purplish pink VS2 diamond sold last night. So we will be replacing that diamond, but there will be approximately 15 to 20 Argyle pink diamonds coming up for auction. This is the only diamond auction of its kind that concentrates on these type of assets. And again, to be able to pick up an Argyle pink diamond is something that you definitely want to do if you can afford it. The thing about the Argyle pinks is that they go up by about 15, 20, 25% a year, depending on the color. They never, ever decline in value because the mine is about to close down. And the price of these diamonds will just continue to skyrocket. If you look at putting your money in the bank, getting 1 or 2% return on your money versus buying an Argyle pink diamond that could increase by 20 or 25% a year. In fact, the vivid pink Argyles are doubling every 2 years in value because they're of such high quality and there's so few of them available. So if you go on rarecoloreddiamonds.com, rarecoloreddiamonds.com, go to the loose diamonds section, look at our yellow flawlesses, and then look at our large diamonds also. We've got some beautiful big 5-carat, 6-carat, 7-carat yellow flawless diamonds that will do nothing but make you money. Look at our smaller diamonds that are about a carat and over. Those diamonds, again, they double every 5 years in value. And again, just looking at where you're putting your money today, there's basically no investments that are as safe as a diamond and that have the appreciation. Most of the time we're just looking to keep our money safe, let alone be able to make a lot of money because the mine that produces these diamonds is about to close. So the diamonds, normally what will happen with our auction site, it was built to resell our clients' diamonds, but obviously nobody is selling out of their Argyle pinks at this point. That would be foolish because you want to wait till the mine closes, which is about 5 years from now. Give it 2 years for the diamonds to run out, and a diamond that you could buy for $50,000 could be a $400,000 to $500,000 return to you. And that's how we make our money. We get 10% of the profit when you sell. So basically, these Argyle pinks that are up on the website now coming up for auction, and the ones that we're going to add next week, are basically my own diamonds. These are diamonds that I've owned for a while. I've been a big collector of Argyle pinks for over a decade now, and a lot of the diamonds that are going up are my personal diamonds from my own collection. The reason that I'm doing that is to make our diamond site, our auction site, well known worldwide. So I'm sacrificing my own diamonds at this point for the sake of building the auction business, which is all of our future. On top of that, we're expanding our auction business into Dubai, Hong Kong, London, and Panama in Central America to bring on high net worth individuals that invest in these type of assets and that have the currency that is stronger than the Canadian and U.S. dollar. For example, if we hold an auction in London, England, which I can do from my own office here in Florida, we can sell our clients' diamonds and collect British pounds which are worth 50% more than the U.S. and Canadian dollar at this point. So this is what we bring to the diamond market. We have the largest supply of yellow flawless, Argyle pink, and deep flawless white diamonds. We're also the largest cutter of green diamonds in the world. So we have some of the most beautiful diamonds. All you have to go to is rarecoloreddiamonds.com, go to the loose diamond section, and look at our array of diamonds. In fact, some of them are museum quality pieces. These are the diamonds that you need to own. They're portable private wealth. They are kept outside of the banking system, which is extremely important. You can put them in your safety deposit box, or you can put them in the safe in your home, or we can put them into a beautiful piece of jewelry, and you can certainly enjoy wearing it as they go up in value. Randy is going to go over with you some of the auction results from this week. You're just not going to believe what diamonds are selling for at auction. They're going for 2, 3, 4 times what the estimates are by the experts at Christie's and Sotheby's. And it is certainly not that these experts don't know what they're doing. They certainly do. It's just a sign of the times. People want hard assets. They want their assets close to them, and they don't want paper assets that can be manipulated up or down. Just look at what's happening in the rare automobile market, the vintage car market. Cars that are supposed to sell for $100,000 are selling for $200,000 and $300,000. Very similar to what's happening in the diamond market. So again, It's a sign of the times. It's people that are worried. It's people that are worried about losing their money in the stock market, about keeping their money in the bank and making absolutely no money. When you can put money into a yellow flawless diamond and 10 years from now know that your $20,000 investment is going to be worth close to $80,000. But you can't say the same thing about putting $20,000 into your retirement savings plan or into a mutual fund or the stock market. So again, at this particular point, you want to go to rarecolorediamonds.com, look at a yellow flawless diamond starting at $15,000. They double every 5 years in value, meaning a $20,000 investment can turn into $80,000 for you. Look at the Argyle pink diamonds, the most beautiful Argyle pinks in the world. We're the largest supplier of Argyle pinks. We put a fortune into that market, and we do it so our clients can own these amazing diamonds and make the type of money that we need to make. And then you've got the D-Flawless whites. You know, when I first brought up D-Flawless whites, nobody knew what I was talking about. I think even Randy at that point questioned what I was talking about D-Flawless. But D is the color D, and it actually means colorless. And it's the highest grade given to a white diamond. Then on top of that, add to the fact that these diamonds are flawless, which is the highest clarity grade that you can get. Then add to the fact that the diamonds that we offer are triple excellence, mean excellent in cut, symmetry, and polish, and these diamonds represent 0.001% of the entire diamond market. In fact, these white D-Flawless diamonds are worth 8 to 10 times what a typical normal white diamond would be worth. That's how valuable they are. They're also negative correlated to the stock market, means that if you're just naked in the stock market and you've got $100,000 of your own money sitting in stocks and that market drops like it did in 2008, you're going to lose, 50, 60, 70% of your money again. Whereas a $100,000 D-Flawless diamond will increase pretty well the amount that the stock market decreases. So it's negative correlated to stocks and could literally hedge your stock position for you. We have D-Flawless white diamonds starting at about $60,000 to $70,000 a carat and going up from there. These are the most amazing white diamonds that you've ever seen, and again, one of the best investments. And there's a new fund that is trading out of Europe, out of Luxembourg, and all they're doing, it's no major secret, is they're buying our D-Flawless triple excellent white diamonds because they go up by at least 15% a year. So here's a fund out of Europe that is only buying one type of diamond, 1 to 5 carat, round, brilliant, D-Flawless white diamonds, and we're supplying that fund with these diamonds. So we know everything that's happening with the fund. It's not like they have an amazing trader. All they're doing is buying the actual diamond and storing it in Europe. As these diamonds go up by 15, 20, 25% a year, the fund starts to increase in value, and the people that are involved in the fund are making an awful lot of money. You can do the exact same thing. All you have to do is buy a D-Flawless triple excellent white diamond that we will sell to you. Put it away for the next 10 years, and you've got an investment that will do nothing but make you money and protect you against heavy drops in the stock market. So, again, it's one of the most important assets, and all you have to do is look at the auction results and see what these D-Flawless whites are doing at auction. They're selling for 300% more in a lot of cases than what the experts are saying that they're going to sell. And it only boils down to one thing. When you buy the very best, you get the most back for it. That's the same with yellow diamonds that are flawless. That's the same with these magnificent Argyle pinks. And that's the same with these D-Flawless whites. Again, we carry every type of diamond. I've got red diamonds. By the way, red diamonds 4 or 5 years ago were about $2 million a carat. Now these diamonds are close to $4 million a carat. They're the most expensive diamonds in the world per carat. And again, they do nothing but go up in value because of the tremendous color and the fact that there are so few of them. So again, if this makes sense to you, you want to go and look at the rare color diamond market, and we want your business. We've been in business longer than anybody. We're the only company that has all of their diamonds videoed. On top of that, we're the only company that built the secondary market for you to resell. So if you happen to go to another company because their prices are less than ours, just wonder why their prices would be less than ours. And the reason for that is that in a lot of cases, their diamonds are not the diamonds that you want to own. There's diamonds that come from India that are yellow and flawless, and even though they're and it's very difficult to tell the difference from the GI report, but you can tell the difference when you see the diamond personally. And these diamonds are about half the price of what a South African yellow flawless diamond would be worth. So, again, we want your business. We're the only company that will not only deliver the diamonds directly to you, but we're the only diamond company that can resell them for you and sell them in another currency. So, again, we are very heavily involved in the rare colored diamond business because it makes sense at this particular point. It's a safe investment, and it's an asset that will do very well for our clients. And again, by keeping your money in the bank, making 1 or 2% return, when you put your money into a diamond and make 15 or 20% return, I think that's really a no-brainer. So again, Randy is going to bring us up to date as to what the auction results were for the week, and they were spectacular, weren't they, Randy?
They were, and I should remind everyone, our featured diamond of the week, 5.08 carat radiant cut, fancy light yellow, internally flawless, the highest quality diamond you can get. RareColoredDiamonds.com, featured diamond of the week. Speak with Harold about that. RareColoredDiamonds.com, 1-800-432-1022. Christie's Hong Kong Magnificent Jewel Sale, May 28th, 2013. And the top lot, 1706, a magnificent diamond and colored diamond pendant necklace, the marquee cut purplish pink diamond suspending, a briolette diamond weighing 75.36 carats, and this is just a stunning, stunning piece. The estimate on it, $8.6 million. It went for $11.1. Now, we had lots of, as Harold was talking about, the D flawless diamonds went for sale. Lot 1759, and this was the second highest in the auction. A rare pair of diamond earring pendants set with a brilliant cut diamond weighing approximately 6.43 and 6.23 carats. Remember, this is the D flawless now. The estimate on it, 1.7, went for 2.3. We had lot 1709, a unique colored diamond and diamond pendant necklace by Tiffany, with a pear-shaped, fancy, vivid blue diamond weighing approximately 2.70 carats, and it was matched to a brilliant cut diamond that was green. The estimate on it, 1.2. It went for 2.2. Now, later on in the auction, it got very, very interesting because we had some diamonds go for very big premiums. Lot 1650, an important pair of colored diamond and diamond ear clips by Van Cleef & Arpels. And they were oval-shaped, fancy intense yellow diamonds weighing approximately 12.6 and 12.5. The estimate on it, $465,000, went for $858,000. That's almost double. We also had three more we wanted to mention to you. Lot 1638, a colored diamond and diamond ring set with a rectangular-shaped fancy light yellowish-brown diamond weighing 17.06 carats. The estimate on it, $155,000. It went for $283,000. Lot 1637, two colored diamond and diamond rings, a ring designed as a flower head and centering upon a rectangular-shaped fancy deep orange-yellow diamond weighing approximately 2 carats within a marquee-cut diamond surround mounted in a platinum 18-carat yellow gold. The estimate on it, $103,000. It went for $190,000. And finally, this is another big one, probably the biggest. Lot 1648, a colored diamond and diamond ring set with a pear-shaped fancy brownish-yellow diamond. And some people may think, well, brown diamond, I don't know. 11.78 carats. The estimate on it was $45,000. It went for $174,000. And that was a fancy brownish diamond. And actually, when you see the picture of it, it is a very beautiful diamond. Absolutely stunning. And I should mention lots of D-flawless results as well. Get the results from Harold. It was another spectacular auction. Christie's Hong Kong Magnificent Jewel Sale. We'll be happy to send out the auction results to you. Lots of good results for the D-flawlesses. And Harold, we're seeing this week after week when we have the auction results from Christie's and Sotheby's. We look forward to HS Fine Auctions, their auction, your auction on Monday, June 17th at 6 o'clock Mountain, 8 Eastern. We're looking forward to the the pink argyle selling for outstanding prices as well. It's just very exciting to see what's going on at these auctions.
It certainly is. And again, as they say, build it and they will come, and that's what we did, and they certainly are, and I couldn't be more proud of what we built. But when you look at the diamonds, you know what you're getting. These are the real deal, and these are spectacular. And, with the argyle pinks, the reason that we're holding an argyle pink auction is because of the fact that these diamonds are so difficult to get, and they go up so much in value, and we want our clients to do well. So, again, when you go to hsfineauctions.com, make sure you sign up for the auction. The date of the auction, you will be sent a link. Try to go online about a half an hour early, so you're all set up and ready to go, and everything is downloaded, and be familiar with everything. We're going to add about 10 more diamonds next week, so you'll see the full catalog up by next week, but you've got a good indication of what's coming up. And there's a fancy deep pink argyle, one of the best colors you could get, a 25-point radiant cut fancy deep pink argyle that is magnificent. And then there's a 31-point heart-shaped fancy deep pink. Again, these diamonds are the best of the best, and it's extremely difficult to get these colors. So I'm very excited about the auction coming up. It's the last one for the summer, and then we're going to start back up again in October.
Speak with Harold about diamonds, rarecoloreddiamonds.com, 1-800-432-1022. Definitely take a look at our featured diamond of the week. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is a lighter yellow, and this is one of those diamonds that not only grabs your attention by the size, but the color as well. It is absolutely beautiful. 5.08 carat radiant cut, fancy, light, yellow, internally flawless. Get the auction results from Harold, rarecoloreddiamonds.com, 1-800-432-1022. Can't encourage you enough. Go to hsfineauctions.com. The next auction, Monday, June 17th, 6 o'clock Mountain, 8 Eastern. Go there, sign up right now, and take a look at the catalog online featuring all pink argyle diamonds. And Harold, off the top of the show, I was talking about what was happening in the world over in Europe and how tough things are. But you take a look at what's happening in the United States, and we have this in the newsletter. You can get our newsletter. It's free every week. It's a must-read this week, as Harold said. Get it from Harold or worldwide. And it's interesting because what they're saying here in the stories that we found, the United States has some serious problems. U.S. households have recovered only 45% of the wealth lost in the Great Recession. So you have people still suffering. A record 11 million people are now on U.S. disability. It would be the 8th most populous state if they were counted as a state, and that disability trust fund is on the brink. Nearly 11 million people are depending on it, and they're running out of money. Also, 73 million people, record number on Medicaid, and that outnumbers populations of France and the UK. Medicaid was created in 1965 to help out those low-income Americans who needed help with their Medicaid. And another one, and we do know this is a fact, food stamps. And I can't remember the exact number, but I believe it's around 46 million people that are on food stamps in the United States. Harold, we have about a minute left here. We see what's happening over in Europe. 19.4 million out of work, 1 in 4 young people out of work, jobless, as you were saying, 60% in some countries for youth unemployment. I'm sorry, I'm just not getting this great recovery that everyone's talking about.
Well, you're 100% right, and you're a smart guy, Randy, and believe me, there's a lot of people out there that feel exactly the same way as we do. It's just a matter of sitting back and letting it happen. So the markets always come to us, and again, we're certainly patient to sit back because we're not trading the market. We're buying and holding, and that's a big difference from what other people are doing. So I'm very comfortable in our positions right now. Owning physical gold and silver and owning diamonds is going to get us through these troubling times, and I believe we're going to come out way on top.
Well, thank you very much, Harold Siegel. Have a great weekend.
Thank you very much. I wish everybody a wonderful weekend and a very profitable day.
The company Harold recommends you use when it comes to investing in gold, silver, platinum, palladium, worldwide precious metals, going to be in Edmonton area June 17th through the 19th to book a personal private information session. No pressure. Just sit down with them, talk to them. They'll go through all the ins and outs of having a precious metals investment account. Connect with them, 1-866-623-2002. Their website, wwpmc.com. Book an appointment today, 1-866-623-2002. And don't forget, hsfineauctions.com. Sign up for the auction June 17th, 6 o'clock Mountain, 8 Eastern. And take a look at the catalog of all the most beautiful and museum-quality Argyle pink diamonds that Harold has on offer. That's it. Another edition of the World Financial Report on radio with Harold Siegel and me, Randy Marshall. We will talk to you next week.